the partnership with Ericsson was formalized in 2016, and over the years we've worked very hard together to innovate in the area of network function virtualization infrastructure. We're fundamentally solving the network problem for them, and they're working on delivering orchestration that stitches together storage, compute, and programs our network as a fabric across all of those components. So what Ericsson is deploying is our NetVisor One operating system on top of their open networking switches. And those switches go into their SDI, their software-defined infrastructure, and create a fabric and connectivity between storage, compute, across the system that they can modify. So the NetVisor One OS is an open source code base. It's based on the Linux Foundation FRR or FR routing. And then the other thing that Ericsson's deploying is the Adaptive Cloud Fabric, which is an SDN control layer that sits on top across multiple switches. And they program that with an Open Daylight controller to give them full control across their data center for SDI and NFVI.
NFVI stands for Network Function Virtualization Infrastructure, and that's Ericsson's cloud platform intended for telecom operators with specifically telecom workloads in mind, but all workloads fits into that. And our SDI manager is the natural base layer and a key component of this solution. This is a journey to increase flexibility, to decrease cost, and decrease the time to market for new services. So the SDI, the Software-Defined Infrastructure Manager, is an Ericsson product which delivers hardware management and network underlay management for our NFVI solution, but also on a standalone basis. It can provide a multitude of different hardwares and provides a composable bare metal infrastructure and with multi-tenant capabilities. NFVI and SDI are doing well in the market. We have growth which are more than 100% on the SDI side, and I think several analysts has rated us as the number one in the last 6 or 8 months. The Ericsson NFVI has around 60 contracted customers, with around half of them being live. The Pluribus fabric was chosen because of its superior fabric management capabilities and also capabilities to provide multi-tenancy for the SDI manager. The Pluribus network slicing is a key capability that we use in terms of how to deliver a composable infrastructure and multi-tenancy, what we call the vPods in our SDI manager. And our customers are typically using this to provide a multi-VIM capability in-house and also to facilitate the transition from virtual machines to containers by having multiple environments on the same fabric and seamlessly being able to move resources from different environments.
So we recently announced the next generation network fabric for distributed cloud. And fundamentally what distributed cloud is taking data center infrastructure that is sort of very centralized today for telco NFV applications and moving it out further closer to user and things. So moving it to the central office, and even moving it to the aggregation point of base stations. And fundamentally, Ericsson is working on distributed cloud offering as well, creating more compact SDI infrastructure and NFVI infrastructure so they can deploy those elements in those more compact and remote edge locations as well. We're supporting them in that.
The initial focus of the NFVI platform was of course mobile core applications, but we're seeing that the operators are putting all sorts of applications on that cloud when we finally get it work. And it's also suitable for fixed application and all applications. And the natural next step for this is to move it towards the edge. And I think that we are already seeing a multitude of operators to move that to central offices and even further out in the network to provide lower latency and less backhaul needs.